Hey, welcome to my new channel, PoleArms. I'm Doug. I am the man of Polish descent that puts the pole in PoleArms. The arms part, well, we're talking about various arms, weapons, guns, knives, and everything related to gear, accessories, you name it, and if I have access to it, we'll talk about it. This is just a quick nice to meet you video, an introduction to the channel, talking a little bit about what I hope to cover in upcoming videos. Again, talking about various guns, weapons, knives, gear, accessories, doing reviews of these things. And at first, I'm not a rich guy, and nobody is sending me things yet to review. So I'll review things that I already own, use or don't use, as the case may be. Give you an honest and fair review of these things. How-to videos. If I have a little project I'm working on, I will definitely make a video and post it here. Probably my next video will be, I've decided I'm going to polish my carry pistol barrel. So I will, I'll film that and put that up as a video. What else? I just recently joined the IDPA, which is the International Defensive Pistol Association. In the last month and a half or so, I've shot about 3 local matches. So in the future, I'm sure I'll talk more about that. Ideally, I would like to get a hold of some shooting glasses that are capable of shooting video. Take some POV stuff, first-person shooter style videos of my matches that I'm participating in, things like that. And then if you guys want to comment and have a request for anything, please feel free. So shy of that short introduction, I also wanted to do kind of the new guy obligatory EDC pocket dump. Seems like with gun guys and all these gun channels, guns and gear channels, it seems like the pocket dump is our equivalent of a handshake and nice to meet you, that kind of a thing. So here shortly I'll do my version of my EDC pocket dump. It's going to be basically two separate pocket dumps, because I carry differently depending on the situation. I'm sure, like maybe most of you do as well. One for work, one for not work. So you'll see two pocket dumps, and I'll talk about each of the items, and hopefully you'll get something out of that. So give me a second, and we'll go ahead and get that set up for you. Okay, so let's start out with my my work carry. What I have on me usually at all times when I am at work. I am a house painter. I have my own painting company here in the beautiful bluegrass state of Kentucky, and I carry some different stuff while I'm at work. Carry other things when I'm not working. So let's start out with my work carry. We'll probably start with least interesting to most interesting, I guess. Just right off the bat, just a really basic razor knife, box cutter, whatever you want to call it. Great thing to have doing the kind of work I do. This is a Cobalt brand, which is Lowe's brand. I beat the ever-living crap out of these things. I've broken so many, not this brand, but others, so many times over the years I can't even count. Used to carry Husky brand, which is Home Depot's brand. Broke those, it seems like every 6 months. Came across this brand. I've had this for years and years. I love it. Very dependable. Hasn't broken. Usually when they break, they tend to break in the blade retention. And if you can't keep a blade in there, then it's pretty pointless. So this thing works great. Love it. Gotta have it. Next thing, multi-tool. I think everybody needs to have a good multi-tool on them. This is a Gerber suspension. Thing I really like about this, besides the price point, this thing is about $30. I've had this for years and years. It was $30 when I got it years ago. Unfortunately, it is still right around $30. Fortunately or unfortunately, price hasn't come down, but it's a really good price point. It's a great value for this particular multi-tool because it is such a great multi-tool for only $30. You can find a lot of other multi-tools for a lot more money, and this thing is great. What really appealed to me about it is the spring-loaded pliers. If you're up on a ladder clinging on for dear life and you need pliers, you don't want to try to finagle and manhandle the thing to open it and close it again. For a one-handed operation, you really need that spring-loaded system. So I like this a lot. Great thing to have. Let's get into the more interesting things here, namely the gun. So when I'm working, I carry the Smith & Wesson M&P Bodyguard 380. Quick note about gun safety. Gun is safe and secure. You're just going to have to take my word for it. My feelings on that is if you're not responsible enough to make sure that your gun is clear and safe before handling, then I don't really think you deserve to carry around a firearm. I don't think you should be trusted to carry around a firearm. It's just basic common sense. So you'll have to take my word for it. It is clear, not a big deal. Anyway, Bodyguard 380. Great little pistol, very concealable, which is one of the main reasons I carry it at work. I can just throw it in my pocket with the DeSantis pocket holster. Throw it in my pocket. Customers don't know it's there. Like I said, very concealable. It is very dirty. It's covered with primer and paint and caulk and sealants and glue and you name it. I mean, you can see it's. I beat the crap out of this gun. This is a tool just like any of the others I use at work. It's a workhorse, and I don't mind it being beat up. I keep it clean in terms of functionality. It still works. I train with it on the regular. I shoot it well. Nice little gun. Quick note on the 380. I know that's the subject of big debate, especially on these gun channels. I feel like the 380 is a totally valid self-defense round. For most any self-defense scenario you're going to run into. Of course, there are always going to be the crazy outliers. A Sasquatch coming out of the woods hyped up on angel dust, something like that. Maybe the 380 isn't going to handle that bit of business, but for the most part, if you're sending a hot piece of metal really fast at somebody and putting it in their body multiple times, it's going to be a pretty successful deterrent, I think. So totally happy with the Bodyguard 380 for my work carry. And then of course, I mean that guy's only a 6+1, so you got to carry around an extra magazine. I carry my magazines in, let's see if you can see this here. This is a Mag Holder brand, horizontal mag carrier. I like these a lot because I like carrying my spare magazines horizontally. I don't like carrying them vertically. I'm kind of a big guy. I don't like the top edge, especially with bigger magazines, longer magazines than this one. I don't like that top edge digging into my side. Kind of, like I said, I'm kind of a bigger guy, and you know, I don't need that digging into my muffin top on the regular. So like the horizontal carry. So that's that. We'll clear that out of the way. That's work carry. Now we'll get into my my going out carry, what I carry when I'm not working. Again, we'll start with I guess least interesting to most interesting. First off, a little flashlight. This is a Bushnell little mini flashlight. You can see size wise, there's my pinky for size comparison. It's a little guy. It is plenty bright though, especially for its size. And because it's so small, I just tuck it into my left hand pocket. Forget it's even there. You know, and nowadays everybody has a cell phone, a smartphone with them that has a flashlight on it, but always a good idea to have a you know, a source of light on you, a spare source of light on you for emergency situations. So carry that with me. Next up, we have this guy. This is my everyday carry knife. I love it. It is a CRKT eraser, the Ma eraser. See if you can see that there. Ma, I guess, is the guy that helped design this knife. Supposedly he was a knife fighter of some repute. Helped to design this knife. It's just a cool knife. At the time, I had never seen a blade style like this. You know, it has elements of a spear point, a chopper, you know, nice curved blade. It's got a 60-40 straight blade serration split. So that little bit of serration, fantastic for cordage, rope, straps, anything you need to, like that you need to cut on the quick in an emergency. That will do the trick. You know, things that a straight blade just won't handle. The grip, the handle of this thing, large enough for me. I have relatively big hands, good sized hands. I can get a full grip, a full combat grip on this knife. It is great. Again, the guy that designed it, known for being I guess a knife fighter, put some thumb grooves on the bottom section of the grip, the handle, for stabbing style, holding it for, I guess, reverse sweeps. I am no knife fighter. I know nothing about knife fighting. I'm not going to pretend that I do, but it's like, I guess, a nice feature to have in case you ever need it. But just across the board, a great folder, great knife. Okay, now up to the more interesting. My everyday main carry gun. This, of course, probably needs no introduction. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. That is the Performance Center version, which means it has the ported slide, as well as the ported barrel, which I really personally think does make a considerable difference in terms of accuracy, recoil mitigation. I've seen a lot of videos and reviews criticizing ported barrels in general as being, I'm paraphrasing, but basically being a solution to a problem that doesn't exist, or the answer to a question that was never asked. I disagree. I really actually feel like it does make a difference. I have shot the regular shield with the non-ported barrel. I have also purchased for this a non-ported match grade barrel, so that I could possibly use it in IDPA matches. Ported barrels are not allowed in IDPA. And both of those non-ported barrels kicked like a mule. I mean, a gun this size, not very big, not a very long barrel, 3-inch barrel, 3.1 inch, I think, technically. Just without that port, a lot of flip. It's just a better shooting gun, more easily controlled, more accurate, better recoil mitigation with a ported barrel. So I love this gun. I have it outfitted with, at first I had it outfitted with the Talon grips, which I love. I put them on all of my guns. But I was really looking for, this is a very narrow grip. I was looking for a little bit of palm swell so that it would fill my hand, fill my grip a little bit more. So I went out and bought a Hogue, there we go, a Hogue hand-all beaver tail grip, slid it right over top of the existing Talon grips. So now I have texture and grip over the entire grip. Finger groove, all of that really helps you get a good purchase on the weapon and really control muzzle flip. So that combined with the ported barrel really makes this a very accurate shooter. Love it. And I carry it in another DeSantis holster. This is their mini scabbard, the smaller version of the speed scabbard. Just a really basic leather holster. You can control retention with that retention screw, and it really does the trick for me. It holds the shield really close to the body, a lot closer than I expected it to. So it really makes for a great concealment holster. And then finally, here is the mag holder again, the horizontal mag carrier. Really like this company. Really like these horizontal mag holders. I carry the 8-round magazine in the pistol, and then I purchased a second 8-round magazine for my spare. Quick note on these mag holders. I do love them, but they take a bit to break in. They are very stiff when you get them. I actually, with everyone that I own, I have had to take sandpaper. Basically sandpaper on a paint stir stick, and get it all the way down in there and sand down those retention ridges. If I didn't do that, it was nearly impossible to pull the magazine out. So I have sanded those down to where it's a nice. There's still retention, but it's very easy to get the magazine out. So there you have it, folks. So that is my pocket dump, both work and not work. Hope you got something out of it. Again, welcome to my new channel, PoleArms. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please like the video below. Comments. I'm interested in what you guys have to say. If you have a request to see something in a future video, please send me the comments. So yeah, just look for future videos. And again, I appreciate you checking out my first one, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks, guys.